There are in fact two things that I'd like you to do. The first thing is to search for and to learn the truth. If you study in a local secondary school like I did, you should have studied liberal studies, and your teachers probably gave you a definition for democracy so that you can tackle related questions in public exam. But when I got into this university, I learned the truth that there is simply no definition for democracy, and you can only acquaint yourself with the concept if you start to comprehend the various interpretations. Searching for the truth is particularly important when we are now in a time of delusion and deception. I would say lies and fallacies are now penetrating our society. We are told that we are born intrinsically and essentially as Chinese, regardless of our cultural backgrounds and our sense of belonging. We are told that separation of powers never exists in Hong Kong, and the Legislative Council and the court should cooperate with the government. And we are told that rule of law simply means abiding by the law, and civil disobedience to unjust laws is an unhealthy trend. We are now facing official narratives from the government that are full of lies and fabrication. So this is very important for us to search for the truth and learn the truth. Learn what democracy can be. Learn what rule of law truly means. Learn what a nation is. To put it simple, again really, to search for the truth. This is the only way that we stay who we are, instead of becoming people that are obedient and subservient to the regime. The second thing is, do not turn a blind eye to things that are not right. Now indeed, we can focus on study, focus on graduating with first-class honors, and turn a blind eye to the fact that currently our council, the council of this university, which is the highest decision-making body, is in fact dominated by people from outside, many of whom are pro-government. You can focus on getting a high-paying job in face of the crazy land prices and turn a blind eye to what is wrong with our land policy. You can avoid criticizing the government, avoid talking about the so-called sensitive issues, and turn a blind eye to the fact that Chinese laws are going to be implemented right here in Hong Kong, just because there is now a railway linking up Hong Kong and cities in China. You turn a blind eye to all of this, and probably you'll still be living fine in Hong Kong, working and studying 5 days a week, grab a drink during the weekends. But then one day, the things that you take for granted will disappear. Every day, every hour, in this very moment when we are sitting here, there are people outside trying to take the things that we cherish away. One day, you cannot even call yourself Hong Kong people or say that you belong to Hong Kong. And one day, you are going to fear for the cost brought simply by what you have said. I usually try to be an articulate person, but sometimes finessing and wordplay are going to obscure the horrid truth. The truth that we are facing now is that we're going to deal with the Chinese government and its puppet regime in Hong Kong that are playing evil. You take a look at the mass arrest and imprisonment of human rights lawyers in China, or what happened to the minorities in Tibet, then you know I'm not exaggerating. So do not get numb and turn a blind eye to the injustice that is happening around us. Stay with me and stay with all of those that are still fighting for Hong Kong. One final thing is that as this university celebrates the victory of an alumna, Carrie Lam Chen Yut Ngo, in the chief executive election, I want every one of you sitting here also remember that many selfless people, including Alex Zhou Wenhong, Edward Leung Tin Kei, Billy Fong Ging Yan, and Coleman Lei Fong Kei, are also from the University of Hong Kong. They are the people that have fought for not just our generation, but our later generations so that we may have a better Hong Kong. They are the people that we should be learning from. In the past few years, there have been failures, there have been disappointments, but let's not give up. Recently, I've heard a lot of people talking about leaving this place. But if we just go away, 30 years from now, when our children ask us, where were you when the Communist Party took over, we could only say, we stood by. So do not falter or waver, or we become the greatest weapon of our enemy to disintegrate our forces from within. We have to keep going, even if we don't know what is ahead of us. And as we stay together, a brighter future can always be found, even in our darkest hour. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.